Hello, Namaste, everybody. My name is Mohan Prasad Gautam. I am permanently from Matsapustre Rural Municipality 6 Dital. Right? I'm your English teacher. Well, very first, I'd like to welcome you all, my dear student, in this virtual class under the part of the distance education. Right? Today, my dear student, I'm here with you to teach you subject verb agreement. Right? Subject verb agreement. Even it is called what? Concord. Okay, my dear student, uh, basically today we will be learning this subject verb agreement, right? So under some of your confusion part, right? Most of the students are just in confusion, right? Actually, when they have to solve the questions asked in examination time, right? Well, my dear student, this lesson is common for everybody. Okay, especially just now I'm teaching for a class 9 and 10 student, right? But even other student as well can get benefit from this class. So, my dear student, so today you are going to learn some of the confusion area of under subject verb agreement, right? Well, my dear student, uh, very first, you must have some prior knowledge. You must have some basic knowledge on it. Get it? Look at here on the screen. Singular subject agrees with singular verb and plural subject agrees with plural verb, right? So your entire aim here, very first, must be finding out the subject or verb. Okay, the subject is whether the subject is only one or more than one. I mean, whether the subject is singular or plural, right? You have to find out, you have to recognize the subject, okay, in terms of its number, okay, singular subject or plural subject, right? And then you have to also find out which verb is singular verb and which verb is plural verb. You should find it out also, okay? So if you recognize the subject, whether it is singular or plural, whether it tells about only one or many more, right? Then you will be able to supply, or you will be able to use correct form of the verb, right? So my dear student, look at here. So during this lesson, I will be using some abbreviation, right? So you have to understand very fast, okay? Yes refers to singular subject. PS refers to plural subject. SP refers to singular verb. PP refers to plural verb. Okay? So very first you must know them, right? After knowing them, now actually what makes the noun plural, what makes the subject plural, right? So we have to look at here on the screen here. Look at number one, having yes, es, ies, bes, okay? In any subject, in any noun, okay? They all are what? Plural nouns, right? You have to identify the noun is in or subject is in singular form or plural form. Look at here, irregular form of the plural, okay? Look at children, teeth, mice, men, feet, geese, women, etc. They are what? Irregular form of the plural. Then always plural nouns, people, police, cattle, trousers, goods, scissors, etc. Right? They are what? Always plural noun. Then both singular and plural nouns, deer, sheep, and etc. Always singular nouns. Look at here: furniture, luggage, equipment, news, math, physics, statistics. Well, student, so you have to just identify whether the subject is singular or plural, right? You should find out very first, right? So whether the subject, whether the sentence, okay, talk about, okay, talk about the subject, okay, right? Whether there is a subject refers to only one or many. Very easy, very simple. Don't feel okay as it is very difficult one, right? So my dear student, okay, so it just okay, now you have to, okay, look at here under that another column here on the screen, singular and plural verb, right? Look at here, singular verb and plural verb. All the verb, okay, is, look at here, was, has, does, goes. You can see here these are what? These all are what? Singular verbs. Okay, having yes at last. Okay, generally are called what? Singular verb. Okay, get idea, my dear student. Yes, you can see there. Okay, okay, so what I said to you before, so okay, just here, notice here very first, having yes at last, yes at last, is is at last, was yes at last, yes is, okay, has yes at last, and the does yes at last. Okay, your es at last, here also goes es at last. Okay, so all have verb. So verb five, all the verb five, either you can see yes or yes at last. Okay, here does and yes, and here also even in this auxiliary verb also you see what? Yes at last, right? Generally they are what? They all are singular verbs, right? Having generally yes or yes. Okay, at last of the verb, right? They all are what? Singular verbs, right? Singleness, right? They use with the singular subject, right? After identifying the singular subject, you use any of them, okay? You pick up the singular verb, right? Now we have another case here, okay? Another plural verbs, okay, are, okay, you use with the plural subject, or W-E-R-D, were, you use with what? Plural subject, and you use with this verb as well with plural subject, and do also use the plural subject, and go, okay, also use the plural subject, okay, verb one. All the verb one are what? Plural, they are what? Plural verb, right? This do verb one, this then the go also verb one, all the verb one, okay, of the main verb. Then you see, right? So all they are what? They are plural verbs, right? They use with the plural subject, plural noun, right, or pronoun. And you can see here you have auxiliary verb plural, were plural, and are plural. So very first, my dear student, you have to find out singular verb and the plural verb, okay, right, under the part of that, okay, that auxiliary verb, and another part of the main verb, does and goes, main verb. Then okay, you can see go here, that's do verb, this is do verb. So my dear student, identify, okay, the verb is in singular or plural, okay, singular verb and plural verb, and singular subject or plural subject. Okay, my dear student, after knowing them, okay, now we can start, okay, actual, okay, the class today, actual today's class, subject verb agreement, okay. So look at here on the screen, number one, example sentence. Here you can see one of the boys is very good, right? And next, study this one as well. Students one of the students plays cricket. Okay, so what do you find? What rule you can derive from these two example sentences? Okay, look at here on the screen. Okay, rule number one of the plus plural subject plural verb. Look at here, one of the, this is one of the, with what? It comes with what? Plural subject, right? This is plural. One of the plural subject, boy is plural. Always it takes what? Singular verb, right? This is what? Is what? Singular verb. Okay. So here also one of the students, right? One of the students, one of the plus students plural subject, that it takes what? Singular verb. So we can find that this structure, one of the plus plural subject plus singular verb, right? Okay, my dear student, okay, let me just make you clear once again, okay, from the above example sentences, okay. So here you have to understand one of the boys, okay, it looks like plural, right? But And here also one of the students, it looks like what? Plural. Don't get confused with this, right? So here one of the boys refers to anyone, okay? Any only one boy, okay? Any one boys, okay? One boy out of all other many boys, right? So that consider one is subject, okay? Not boys. Right here, one of the students, right? Not all the student, out of all the student, any one student, okay? So subject, okay, one is singular subject here, one also singular subject, right? Don't look at this one, look at this one. And here also don't look at the students, here look at one, okay? Out of many students, out of many boys, okay, only one is subject, here also one is subject. So you have to understand one of the, okay, plus plural subject, okay, singular verb, okay, this singular place, singular verb is singular verb, okay. We have to remember this formula, okay, for your convenience, right? So in examination time you have to remember such structure, then you have to apply, you have to supply the correct form of the verb according to the subject, right? Okay, so you have to understand the and that the even context, right, situation, okay, then you can easily supply the correct form of the verb, right, under the rules of subject verb agreement. Okay, my dear student, okay, now let me take you to the next slide here, and let's have a look some example sentences. Some of the students do it well, most of them are good, a few students have passed, right? From these example sentences, right, now we can also make structure or formula, okay, yourself, okay, ourselves from our side. Okay, now look at here. Some of the students here, some of the students, okay, two, maybe two students or more than two. Here, most of them means majority of them, many of them, a few students, okay. So not only, okay, single, more student, few students, right? These are the subject. Obviously, they take what? Plural verb, do, are plural verb, and have plural verb, right? So my dear student, here we can, okay, we can find out the structure or formula for your convenient, okay. So please note down this formula with example sentences, right? Some of, must of, some, must, all, a few of. It means what? Some of, must of, all of, a few of. Okay. Plus what? Plural subject. Plural subject is plural noun, plural subject, plural pronoun, then plural. Okay. You see plural subject. Okay. Always they agrees with what? Plural verb, right? You see the plural verb do, plural verb are, and plural verb have, right? So keep in mind these example sentences and this formula or structure for your convenient. Okay, remember this. Okay, now let's go to the next one. Okay, example sentences. Look at here very first. Some of milk was not good. Most of the sugar is over. Okay, most of the sugar is over. Look at here, all is over, right? So all here can say some of milk, okay, some of, must, and all. So they come with what? Uncountable noun, right? Milk uncountable, sugar uncountable, even all, it refers to uncountable, right, here in this situation. So if they come with uncountable noun, we use what? Was, is, then again is singular verb. Okay, so let's have a look this structure and note it down as well. Some, must, all, plus of, plus uncountable noun, okay, agrees with what? Singular verb, right? Singular verb, all are singular verb, right? Okay, my dear student, please, you have to note down this structure with example sentences, right? Okay, my dear student, now let's have a look another group of example, right? Well, my dear student, now look at here. None of the students are brilliant at maths, right? Now let's have a look. Okay, and none of the players are playing badminton. Yes. And look at here, none of them were awarded. From these example sentences, you have to understand the context very first. Okay, none of the students. Okay, none of the students are, none of the players are, none of them were. Right. So none of plus. Look at here, none of plus plural subject. None of plus here also plural subject here. None of plus plural subject the plural pronoun. Right. With that, what we use, the subject agrees with what, the subject agrees with plural plural verb, or the subject agrees with plural verb, or here the subject agrees with what plural verb word. So here none of the students are brilliant in math, so all the students here at the same time, okay, speaker is talking about, okay, so at the same time, right, none of the students at the same time, okay, are brilliant in math. Here none of the players are playing badminton at the same time, right, none of them. So all this none of refers to here what, all the students at the same time, right. So that right, it refers to the singular or plural, it refers to the plural subject, right, we use plural, so we use plural verb. Okay, plural subject agrees with plural verb, right. Okay, so from here what you have to make your, okay, own structure. How can you make your own structure? Look at here, my dear student. Yes, and even here none of the children play soccer. Here none of the plus this plural, okay, plurals, then play soccer. This play is what, this singular plural verb, this is plural verb, right. Okay, so base form of the verb, all the verb on what are all this plural verb. So here okay, now structure, please look at here, none of plus plural subject, you can see all the plural subject here, plus, and then agrees with what, plural verb, so all plural verb. Never forget, most of the students, okay, get just confused regarding okay, the regarding the subject with the subject, right. So that you have to remember, my dear student, it refers to what, it refers to the plural subject, okay, subject. Okay, we are talking about all at the same time, okay, all at the same time, we are also all at the same time, right. So in this sense, okay, the function is the plural verb, sorry, plural subject, then agrees with what, plural verb, as you see here on the screen, right. Okay, my dear student, okay, so you have to note it down, okay, it's very important thing, none of plus plural subject, okay, agrees with what, plural verb, okay, as you have seen here on the screen, okay. So never forget, my dear student. Now look at here, next one here, okay, other example sentences. Neither of his sons looks after him, neither of the phones work well, neither of the boys had submitted his homework. Okay, okay, so here also, here neither of, very interesting part, okay, so neither of his son, okay, so neither of his sons, okay, maybe two son, neither of, out of these two son, neither of his son looks after him. Here, neither of the phones means here there are two set of the phone. Okay, even both of them didn't, any one, okay, of them didn't work. Then here, neither of the boys, okay, the two boys, there are two boys, right? Out of these two boys, okay, any one of the boys also what, okay, has not submitted the work, right. So that here is given what, okay, so neither of plus, neither of plus, neither of the plus, then plural subject, right, plural subject, then singular verb, right. Okay, my dear student, neither of the plus plural subject agrees with what, singular verb. Well, my dear student, now let's move to the next one. Here we have, okay, you could hear example sentences of another category. Okay, subject, okay, somebody, someone, okay, look at here, everyone, look at here, everybody, right, nobody. Okay, so with this, right, we have to follow okay, special type of the rule. Okay, so look at here: somebody, someone, everyone, everybody, nobody. Okay, agrees with what? Singular verb. Is, goes, writes, speaks. Right. So okay, agrees with what? Agrees with singular verb. So when you see such type of okay, such type of subject, okay, such type of big pronoun, okay, so big subject, okay, so they refers to what, even though they refers to the okay many, okay, but they always agrees with what, okay, with singular verb, okay, so that you have to hear, you have to make your own structure, right? So my dear student, look at here. Okay, so yes, e yani sena plus singular verb. Sena plus singular verb. Yes refers to what? Someone, somebody, yes, something, and then everyone, everybody, okay, then no one, nobody, okay, then you will hear anybody, anything, okay, so they refer to like this, so remember them, okay, with them always we use what, or they agree with what, they all agree with what, singular verb, never forget them, okay. So next one, my dear student, look at here. Okay, look at here. No students have done this. No girls are talkative in this class. No sugar is left in the pot. Okay, no answer is correct. Okay, so look at here, my dear student. Okay, number 6. Okay, you can just find out such structure. No plus plural. All are what? Plural subject. No plus plural subject. Right? No plus plural subject plus plural verb. No plus plural subject plus plural verb. You can see here plural verb. Okay, here, but no plus, then what? Singular subject or uncountable subject. Okay, this is singular subject, no plus. This is what? No plus uncountable subject. Okay, they agree with what? That singular verb. Okay, remember, singular uncountable subject singular, no plus uncountable subject singular, and here no plus singular, okay, singular subject, then singular verb, here no girls, okay. Then what? No plus plural subject plural verb, here no plus plural subject plural verb, okay, it's very simple as well, so just note it down, the example sentences and its structure, right? Okay, my dear student, now let me take you to the next category, right? Okay, each boy has, okay, each boy has completed it. Next one, each of them is with a study. Next one, each boy and girl plays tennis. Okay, now derive the okay structure yourself. Okay, each of plus singular subject or plural subject. Okay, each plus singular subject plus plural subject. Okay, each plus this is what, singular subject, is plus plural subject, here is boy and girl, okay, so they always, okay, agree with what, they agree with what, that singular verb, right, singular verb, beginning with is, beginner is, then we use what, singular verb, has singular verb, is singular verb, plays singular verb, right? So remember this, okay, structure, okay, is plus singular subject or plural subject plus what, singular verb, always we use what, singular verb like this, okay, in the example sentences, okay, my dear student. Now let's look at the next category of example sentences, okay, here on the screen, please read it out yourself, okay. Yes, now look this one, okay, so you can also try to make your own structure. Yes, look at here. In this case, okay, either narration, well, either Naresh or Namrata is doing the job, right? Okay, you have to notice, okay, them, okay, structurally. Neither they nor she has come to my home. Either Lakshman or they do it. Neither. Then what is given here? Then is given neither she nor they have come to my home. So now study, okay, as I told you before, structurally, okay. So in that situation, either or, neither nor, in that situation, okay, what do you see here, okay? So look at the subject near to the verb, okay? Look at the subject near to the verb, okay? So this is what? Singular subject, singular verb. See, singular subject, singular verb has, okay? Then they, plural subject, plural verb, okay? Do, and plural subject they, plural verb, okay, have, right? So ignore other part, okay, so ignore this one here, ignore they, we don't write here have, ignore this last one, we don't write here does, and ignore here see, we don't write here has, because in this situation, if there is a either or, neither nor, in this situation, okay, so here we have to consider, okay, the we have to consider the subject, okay, with the subject which is near to the verb, okay, which is near to the verb, okay, so that singular singular, singular singular, this is what plural plural, that is what plural plural. So remember, okay, in that situation, see the subject, okay, consider the subject which is near to the verb, okay, so you can just find your structure, okay, so look at here yourself, sentences with either or, neither nor, okay, the nearest subject from the verb, right, consider the nearest subject from the verb, right, nearest subject from the verb, then apply yes yes, singular subject singular verb, and yes be this what, singular subject singular verb, and plural subject plural verb, yes yes, yes yes, yes be, right, singular subject singular verb, then plural subject plural verb, okay, apply that, okay, this is the basic rule of subject verb agreement as well. Well, my dear student, so today I could include only some of the areas, some of the confusion part of, okay, subject verb agreement to you, basically, okay, the question asked in the exam, then you are found, okay, making mistake in your exam, or even the time of doing your exercise from your grammar book, right? So my dear student, so you have to practice a lot, right? After taking the class from this video, my dear student, you are supposed to do the exercise given in your book, right? So, okay, if you have confusion, okay, then, okay, feel free and tell it to your concerned teacher in your school, okay, when the school reopen, or even nowadays the online classes is going on, right, online classes are going on, so you can talk to your teacher, right, you can ask the question to your teacher, right, regarding your confusion. And my dear student, even I'll be teaching you all the more rule of subject verb agreement to you, okay, so because of that you will have enough knowledge, okay, you will have sufficient knowledge, then you will be able to do the exercise given in your book, and then you will be able to get good marks in your examination as well, right? Okay, my dear student, okay, memorize all the rules up to number 8, okay, and then try to make all the more sentences by using such 8 structure, right? And as I told you before, don't forget to do the exercise given in your book and submit it to your English teacher, right? Okay, thank you, my dear student. Okay, thank you. Have a nice time ahead. Namaste.